everybody. I am coming to you today from Cannon County, Tennessee, and we are going to do some historical markers. We're traveling, and we just decided while we're traveling, we do a little bit of fun work for you. So we're going to see what Cannon County, Tennessee, outside of Murfreesboro, and other areas, and see what they hold. What kind of historical mysteries are there to find? So we're going to look. Stay with us. All right, we're outside Woodbury, Tennessee for this monument. It says to honor the memory, the patriotism, the deeds of valor, and sacrifices of Cannon County's Confederate soldiers of the period of 1861 to 1865. It was erected by the Cannon County chapter of the United Daughters of the Confederacy, July 1926. Nor shall your glory be forgot, while fame her records keep. I'm not sure if on the same other side it says the same thing or if it's something else. Oh, no, it's something else. Okay, I hope I don't step on a snake out here, Edward Truxell. Okay. This boulder marks the spot where the gallant Tennessean Lieutenant Colonel John B. Hutchinson of Company E, 2nd Kentucky Regiment, Morgan's Cavalry, was killed in battle, January 25th, 1863. Erected by Cannon County Chapter, United Daughters of the Confederacy, July 1926. All right, I am here in Woodbury, Tennessee, at this Adams House B&B, and this was the Baptist Female College at the time, and it's now a bed and breakfast. And this house has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places, and the marker that we're looking for is this one right up here by the door. All right, this just tells you that it's on the National Register. And it's amazing, it's still standing here and being utilized after all this time. And I'm sure the bed and breakfast is beautiful inside. We're here at the Cannon County Courthouse, and there's several markers on the grounds. The first being the East Fork Stones River. The East Fork Stones River originates approximately 7 miles to the east at a spring on Short Mountain. Stones River is named after Uriah Stone, a member of a party of long hunters who explored a section of the river in 1767. Beginning in the early 19th century, the river played an important role in the settlement of the area that became Cannon County, providing fresh water and a reliable power source for the mills that process local agricultural products. All right, we continue our stroll around the Cannon County Courthouse, and we are here for a war memorial this time. A really beautiful monument. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let light shine upon them. World War I and II, erected by veterans of foreign wars, American Legion Auxiliary, and citizens of Cannon County. And then we've got the names of those from World War I who served and died, and then those in World War II. Now, what's really nice about this is that they continued to the other side and utilized it. And we have also Vietnam, Iraq, and Korea. Those who served in those wars have also been honored on this monument. Beautiful monument, very well taken care of. All right, this marker on the Cannon County Courthouse grounds is for early industry. On Short Mountain, 7.1 miles, Henry Hoover and John Beeson established a millstone and grindstone factory in 1806. An inscription on a bluff of the mountain and discarded fragments of stone mark the spot. And then they utilized millstones or grindstones here on the grounds as well for the marker. I think that's pretty cool. We are here on the grounds of the Cannon County Courthouse, and we're looking at this marker right here. This stone was erected and used as a mile marker during the 1800s for what is now US Highway 70S. Before the settlement of Europeans to this area, the route was known as the Black Fox Trail by Native Americans. During the 1800s, the road was known as the Broadway of America and later became known as the Woodbury-Murfreesboro Turnpike. The stone mile marker was originally located about 5.5 miles west of Woodbury and 1/2 mile north of the present-day Highway 70S. During construction of the present courthouse in 1935-36, the mile marker was located and moved to the courthouse grounds by historian Sterling Brown. The stone was placed at its present location of prominence in 2011 as part of the Courthouse Square revitalization project by County Executive Mike Gannon. There's a lot of words, it's kind of hard to follow the lines there. All right, that is really cool. All right, we're outside the Cannon County Courthouse, and we're here for several markers. This one is the Woodbury in the Civil War, a brilliant little affair. Woodbury, located on the Murfreesboro-McMinnville Turnpike, experienced two significant Civil War actions in 1862 to 1863. On July 12th through the 13th, 1862, when Confederate Colonel Nathan Bedford Forrest marched through Cannon County to raid Murfreesboro, he and his men bivouacked on Woodbury's eastern outskirts. Confederate Colonel Baxter Smith wrote that the troops reached Woodbury about midnight, where the whole population of the town seemed to be on the streets. The Confederates attacked the federal garrison in Murfreesboro, capturing about 1,200 Union soldiers and rescuing prisoners, including several prominent county residents. After the Battle of Stones River early in 1863, Union troops occupied the county. First, camping at Readyville, fighting became almost a daily affair. Union Lieutenant and future author Ambrose Bierce, 9th Indiana Infantry, wrote, "Connecting Readyville and Woodbury was a good, hard turnpike, 9 or 10 miles long. For months after the big battle at Stones River, these outposts were in constant quarrel, most of the trouble occurring naturally on the turnpike mentioned between detachments of cavalry. A January 1863 skirmish on Woodbury's west side pitted Confederate Colonel John B. Hutchison's 2nd Kentucky Cavalry against 4 Union regiments in Colonel William B. Hazen's command. Hutchison had sworn, "I have on numerous occasions promised the people of Woodbury that no live Yankee should ever come into that town unless over my dead body, and I'm going to keep my promise." Well, he died in the fighting, Hutchison. And Union Captain T.D. McClelland of the 3rd Ohio Cavalry described the victory as quite a brilliant little affair. So this is Ambrose Bierce, and this was General William B. Hazen. Here is the Readyville Mill, and this is a map of the Woodbury-Readyville area. And then this was, of course, Nathan B. Forrest, Colonel Nathan B. Forrest. All right, we are off of Route 70S here, right beside it, outside of, or still in Woodbury, but away from the courthouse area of Cannon County. And this marker is marking the place where Nathan Bedford Forrest and his troops rested July 12th of 1862. Here Forrest, with his newly organized brigade of about 1,400 cavalrymen, halted for a short rest before making his successful raid on federal forces at Murfreesboro under General T.L. Crittenden. He freed a number of hostages from this locality and captured about 1,200 prisoners and a quantity of munitions and stores. And for those of you with military background, and if I have offended you in the past by mispronouncing terms, like I was just corrected that it's not biovac, it's bivouac. I'm sorry. Just ignore me. I'm prison trained, not military trained. So there we go. We are outside of Woodbury, Tennessee, at this marker for the Trail of Tears. It says, in the valley to the south, that part of the Cherokee Nation which took part in the enforced overland migration to Indian Territory rested for about 3 weeks in 1839. About 15,000 persons of various ages took part in the march. Several who died while here were buried in this area. I'm on record about my feelings about how indigenous people in this country were treated, so I'm not going to comment again. But every marker out there that talks about the Trail of Tears needs attention, needs to be remembered, and we need to take this more seriously than we have done in this country. And anyway, that's my rant for now. All right, we are at the Jim Cummings State Park here outside of Woodbury, Tennessee in Cannon County. For Mr. Jim Cummings, born in Cannon County in 1890, James Harvey Cummings, known as Mr. Jim, was a farmer, attorney, politician, and statesman, having served in the Tennessee General Assembly from 1928 to 1972, except for between 1949 and 1953, when he was Secretary of State. He was often referred to as the Dean of the Legislature. He was married to the former Miss Hesta McBroom. He died in 1979 and is buried here in the family cemetery just west of here. Here also on the grounds of the Jim Cummings Park is this marker. How beautiful heaven must be, in memory of Uncle Dave Macon, 1870 to 1952, who pioneered country music entertaining on Grand Ole Opry from 1926 to 1952. Erected by his many Opry fans, buried in Coleman Cemetery in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Well, that was Cannon County, Tennessee. What'd you think? Did you learn anything? I did. You know, I love history, and I like learning about, especially new areas, you know. At least when we're in Southern Illinois, sometimes I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. But when we're in another state, it is really fascinating to me to learn something about the area that I'm driving through. So stay with us as we continue doing historical markers and pizza reviews and whatever else we happen to throw out there. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about what we're doing, and if you have any suggestions for us. So we'll catch up with you on the next episode of Historical Markers.